Hi everybody, it's Dr. Rizvi from Advanced Foot and Ankle Centers of Illinois. Today we're going to talk about injury prevention in patients with flat feet. And so patients who have flat feet, what happens is they turn in when they walk. That's called pronation. And so the patient will have a lot of symptoms here on the inside part of their foot and ankle. And so what ends up happening, there's a tendon here called your posterior tibial tendon. This tendon can become irritated and injured because of the way the patient with the flat foot is walking, which is, again, like this on the inside. The patient is also more likely to have a stress fracture with a flat foot because they're, in general, putting more pressure on the bottom of their feet versus evenly distributing the weight like someone with a more normal arched foot. And so how do we combat that? And so let's talk about some solutions. We have a couple different things we can do conservatively for the patients to help make sure that there's no injuries, especially with patients with flat feet. And so we start off with custom orthotics. They look something like this. It's custom to each person. And so we take an iPad and we can cast the bottom of the patient's foot with an iPad. We send that out to a lab. It takes them a couple of weeks to fabricate the inserts. They send it back to us. And what these inserts are going to do, the patient is no longer leaning in when they walk. It's going to be more straight or neutral. It's made out of a product that takes all the pressure off the patient's foot, which will prevent any stress reactions which patients with flat feet, like we talked about, are more prone to compared with somebody with a more normal arched foot. In addition to that, something as common as just a proper shoes. Proper shoes are important for everybody, but more important for patients with flat feet. And so proper shoes we talked about in previous videos are going to be more rigid. You don't want them to be bendy. You want them to be stiff. Again, controlling the way the patient is walking. A combination of those two things will prevent a lot of injuries that the patient can have. It's easier to prevent the injuries than to treat them afterwards. But either way, if you have any foot issues, especially if you have a flat feet, come visit us at Advanced Foot and Ankle Centers of Illinois. We're happy to help you.